Welcome to my replay viewers.
So we are going to be
Come on in. I'm going to show you.
a double cast. Hi, y'all. We're going to be doing a double cast at the same time. We're going to both do a periscope here for Sext. So thanks for joining.
Yes, come on in.
Let's make sure we can see us.
Come on
both.
in. I got my little
All right. Her
dream
dream big
in the back. Got my degrees back there. Okay.
Hi, y'all. Hey, Mommy too.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yes. Cracks me up.
Hey everybody who
This is
signed
right.
on from me, Janae HJ, the classy sexologist here on Periscope. So thanks for signing in. We're here doing our weekly show, Sext, and I'm here with Sex Dr. Heather. So we're going to talk about a few different, we're going to talk about relationships today. So hey everybody, check in, let us know where you're checking in from, where you're watching from, and yeah.
Yes. So where are you watching our scope from today? I'm Sex Dr. Heather. We are really quickly to share this with your followers. Please, we want you to share this with your followers.
Share with your followers.
We want to educate you. So if you are
Hey,
an iOS or iPhone user, swipe left or right. And if you are Android user, swipe up or down and share this with your followers. So what's going to pop up if you swipe left or right or up and down is the share with Twitter, or you could share all your followers. So you could hit both of those actually and share on your Twitter and with your followers.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to give us hearts, just tap the screen.
Yep.
Tap the screen and
hearts. Saying that you like us.
yes, we will get hearts. What type of sex is good?
Also, real quick before we get into
All
questions,
types.
we have a YouTube channel now called Sexologist. So that's SEXXED Sexologist. You guys can follow us or subscribe to that YouTube channel and watch. Yeah, I see you got 12 people watching. That's what's up. So you guys can subscribe to that channel and watch us there. Any of our old periscopes are all up there. I tried to turn them. They were sideways, we heard. So I tried to turn them. Hopefully they're fixed, but we'll figure that out later.
Yes, so thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel and watching us on Periscope. So share with your friends, please, so we can get more people in as we talk about relationships. And you said what type of sex is good? Whatever type you like.
Yeah, whatever type you like that is consensual.
Thank you, Mommy
and not
of Two.
illegal.
Yay. Where are you, Mommy of Two, again?
Vegas, she said.
Vegas? Oh, shoot. Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in
Vegas, right?
Does it really, though? You know, I wonder. We can lead our relationships conversation in with that. So when we start talking to you about things, if you have something else that you want to ask, fine, do that. But if you become a little bit rowdy, we might have to just ignore you.
Right. Or block you or whatever. So you can definitely click the X.
Whatever happens on Facebook
goes on Facebook.
Goes
That's
on
true,
Facebook. Whatever
everybody
happens on
talks about their
Facebook.
business on Facebook, right? But yeah, so we're keeping it PG. We're keeping not necessarily PG, but we're keeping it appropriate and friendly and respectful. So we're gonna do our best to give you guys as much information as possible and listen to what you guys have to say and give some good information, some good feedback also. So thanks for joining all you guys. This is great.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
So I am Janae, the classy sexologist here on Periscope, and I am also on Twitter at Janae HJ. I am a marriage and family therapist as well as a sexologist. So I have a master's in education in human sexuality, and also the marriage and family therapy degree. I'm also a PhD student.
Yes. Thank you for the hearts.
Yes, lots of hearts.
Lots of hearts. We love
Just tap
hearts.
the
It
screen,
makes
like
us
Heather said.
Hearts to you too. Right back at you. So, Janae and I have a lot of the similar background in education. Actually, it's identical. So, the only thing is that I have a PhD in clinical sexology. Hey, Crystal, that's my baby. So, that's it. But we are both getting a PhD, actually. You said this already?
I did.
At Weiner,
Yeah.
But it's a lot of commotion going on. So if I'm looking over and all over the place, it's because I have people working in my home, and it's distracting me.
Right.
So,
and we are doing a double Periscope right now. So I'm Periscoping under my screen name, and also Heather is Periscoping under her. So if you see us kind of looking back and forth or talking to things you did not see on the screen, it might be because it's on the other person's phone.
Okay, yes. And I am also Sex Dr. Heather on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. Let's talk about relationships. So what questions do you guys have? Anybody have any questions? We generally just pick this topic because we just want to have a conversation about it. Mm-hmm. It's so much to talk about when talking about relationships. Everybody wants what they want. You know, it's not a traditional way, in my opinion, that it goes. Everybody has their own rules.
Yeah, absolutely. People definitely have their own rules about relationships. And then there's some things that I feel are kind of universal, maybe. But so let's talk about, Mommy of Two had a question that says, how do you feel about open relationships? So I think that really it depends on what you like.
Each relationship
is different. That's right. So if you have an open relationship, you identify as poly or just open, then as long as you and your partners are down for that, then whatever works.
She said she had one before she had her baby, and it was difficult. Well, some open relationships aren't difficult. You know, it just depends on how well you communicate with each other, how well you are. Talk about sex. Oh, we did already. We did a whole scope about that. So it's actually on our YouTube channel, Crystal. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel and you can see it. I know. I'm sorry. That's my baby too. But anyway, just stay. We want you to listen to this one too. So what was I saying? Open relationships. So it depends on the communication. I believe the polyamorous community is very open. They talk. Not literally, I didn't mean that. They're very open with communication. Like the communication is like awesome, and I believe that's why they survive in the relationships that they have more than, I guess, the traditional ones. That's what research says. So I do believe it's because they communicate. You know, they talk about ground rules when they are with other people. They talk about different scenarios that someone who's coming from a traditional relationship typically wouldn't think about or have until they went through it. So it's like an experiential thing too. When you go through these things in a relationship, when you have an open relationship, you're like, oh, that's not working. Instead of researching or already knowing, because this is the type of relationships you've always been in, and knowing what to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You agree?
Yeah, I think that communication is like the main thing, you know, with poly couples or open relationships in general, because it's not that there's an absence of jealousy at times. It's really just a matter of we're being honest with each other. And if I'm going to be involved with another person, I'm going to talk to you about it and make sure that we're all okay with how things are going. And that level of respect and openness and transparency is what actually keeps the relationships stronger, allegedly.
Yeah. I'm too selfish.
A lot of people,
you know, somebody told me that today. You know this person too. They came over and told me, I don't know how we started, said, I can't do it. I'm too selfish. So I said, so what would you do if you found out your partner was cheating, you know, on you because they wanted to be with another woman, but they didn't know how to tell you. So they cheated on you and you found out a year later. She didn't really answer the question. But she just was like, I don't know, I just would be jealous. So bye, boy. Oh, we missed it. We missed that whole thing.
Well, no, that was Mommy of Two. She said that she likes men and women, so I think she said she likes to have a little bit of both.
And Crystal said bye, boy. Like if he said he cheated on her a year ago, she'd be like, deuces. What if y'all were married though?
Right.
You would say, I'm getting a divorce? Like, how would that go? You know, everybody has different rules. So relationships can be tricky. But lately, I've been getting from the younger community of females, I'm going to make that distinction, that guys are ready to settle down at a younger age, whereas they aren't. Does anybody agree with that? I think it's a shift.
How old were you guys when you felt like you wanted to settle down and be in a committed relationship with someone?
If I was married, I would want my husband to be honest with me if he wanted to be with another woman. And what the heck? I missed what Crystal said.
I don't think that was Crystal below that. That was Smooth Fingers.
I would want to do it together. Yes, mommy of two. I mean, there are a number of people who might agree with you, but there are people who would say, you know what, you cheated on me, I'm leaving.
Or just I'm not into threesomes, you know, or more than that. You know, maybe I just want to have that experience with another person, but I don't necessarily want you to be involved in that.
Yes, we are rare, mommy of two. We are. We here. Okay.
Out in herself over here.
Okay. So, yeah, it's so much to talk about when talking about relationships. It's just like, where do we?
So I'm thinking about infidelity, right? So
okay.
I'm wondering from you guys, have you ever been cheated on, or have you been a person who has stepped outside of your relationship? If you did do that, why? And if you were the person that got cheated on, how'd you move past that if you decided to stay with the person? Because I think that those are very real things that come up, and I know a lot of people, and it's been my experience, you know, at a given time where people have had relationships and they've cheated, and then you decide, you have to make a decision, like, do I want to stay or do I want to leave? Do I want to work on this? Can I ever get past it? Blah, blah, blah. I haven't done it, but I think I cheated in
one relationship. So
we missed the end of what you said.
So you left, I think it said.
Okay.
See my cat? This is my cat.
Her cat is huge.
Hi. Hi. My name is Pinky. Ain't she cute? Okay. I'll put you down. She fussy.
I think I've been cheated on in one, so I left the relationship. Okay. So you left the relationship, so you couldn't deal with it. Some people can't move past that, right?
In the past, I've cheated before, but never got caught. So you know what? That's good.
Okay.
So how did you feel? Like, do you feel guilty? Do you have feelings of guilt? Because some people do, some people don't.
Right.
Some people have nothing. Like, they're fine and they just still love. Because you can love and cheat. This is controversial.
Yeah, because some people feel like you can't cheat. If you love me, then you wouldn't cheat on me.
Honesty and communication is everything. So some people feel like it's not that I don't love you. They love you, truly love you, but had a physical relationship with someone else that they don't love. And that was it. That was the end of it, because it's about the lack of respect, and trust is gone. Yes.
Right.
So it is. Yeah. Loyalty, you know, and the fact that you stepped out on our marriage.
Right. Or just our committed relationship, whether you're married or not. If you're deciding that you guys are going to be monogamous and someone steps out of that without talking to you about it, and maybe they know how you feel about it and they continue to do it, that's too much sometimes.
I felt guilty, but I continued to cheat because of
Physical attraction.
Yeah. Oh, so you did. Thank you for saying that. That was awesome.
You can't love and cheat on me. It doesn't go hand in hand. I hear that, Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal. But people can. They can be in love and cheat.
That wasn't worth it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, cheating. Ooh.
Thank you for saying that you felt guilty, but you know your hormones is what drove you back to this person.
Yeah, your attraction. So, you know, then when does it come in? Because this is my argument. When does self-control come in? Because we all are attracted to people. Even if you're in one relationship with a person, doesn't mean that you're not ever going to be attracted to anybody else.
Exactly.
But if you are monogamous, then when do you use your own willpower to not step out on your partner?
Yes.
And to say, okay, so-and-so was cute, but I'm not going there because I know what kind of drama that's going to cause in my relationship.
And I respect my relationship.
Yes.
So I'm not saying I don't love my partner. I respect my relationship. So I do believe it's a lot of respect.
Heather can get it, but I have to behave.
What? Oh.
That you would get it.
Oh, I'm flattered. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for the hearts. So I'm blushing. Okay.
She's having a moment.
Phew.
So.
Eyelashes. Mommy at two is hilarious.
when cheated on, I used to feel like it was initially my fault. Like, what didn't I do or give and why?
Oh, thanks for
Thanks,
that.
Raven. Thanks for bringing us back and being focused
that is
on that.
very true because women and men often think it's something they did.
Yeah.
People. Yeah.
Automatically, right? Like, I mean, maybe not automatically, but often that is the thought, because why would someone step
why am I
out?
not enough?
Exactly.
But that's not the question you should be asking yourself, because you are enough for
And
someone
it's not
else.
about you,
if
it's
that's
about
what you
them.
want, right?
Yeah.
If you want monogamy and this person hasn't been giving it to you, that means you're enough for someone else. That's not the person that you should be trying to be in a monogamous relationship with, because they can't be.
But now I know that.
It's that person's decision. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's not you.
It's their decision. It's their stuff. It is not you. You didn't do anything wrong per se. So on the other side of that same coin, though, there's reasons people cheat. So sometimes there are things going on in your relationships that you do have some control over. You can't control that person's behavior, like the cheater. You can't control whether they cheat or not. But you do have some responsibility for how things have played out in your relationship. Whether you're not being supportive, whether you're being a nag,
Or not
whether
attentive.
you're being
Or not
attentive,
having sex
not
with the
having
person
sex,
at all,
right.
ever. You know.
And not talking about why you're
Why.
having those things. So one thing that I know I've heard, I don't know if you've heard this a lot from guys actually, is that their girlfriend or their wife is like nagging them all the time. And they just want to be with somebody who is not doing
quiet.
that. So,
But they're not talking about this person
Exactly.
nagging them. You know, and they come see us, and we get to the bottom of it. So, but you have to get to a therapist to communicate, basically.
yeah, especially if you don't know how to do it on your own, you know.
And
a
by
lot
the
of
time people
have a
come
hard
to us,
time.
they cheated already. So,
Usually,
I mean.
when they're in the throes of doing it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So if cheating isn't an indicator of lack of love, then what is?
Respect.
Yep.
It's a lack of respect
it
for
is.
what we built, what
Absolutely.
we have, who we are, and the person.
And
I
that
think.
person,
I think it's
exactly.
not a respect for you, but the respect for themselves. Because like the person, I think it was a guy who just said he's grown into a different man. And sometimes I do believe it takes experiences or people modeling. So some people grow up in households where love is modeled. Some people grow up in households where love is not modeled. So they don't know that lack of respect does not equal love. Or is an indicator of, okay, I still love them, but I can disrespect them.
And I think on the other side of that, I think that you don't truly love a person if you disrespect them. So here's my rationale behind that. I think that love is not just about being warm and fuzzy all the time. I think that love is also about having a mutual respect for that other person and for who they are, what their beliefs are, where they stand in your life.
Yes.
And all that is really important. And I think that when we think about love in this very flippant way of like, oh, my heart is fluttering, I got butterflies, so now I'm in love. That's not really what, like, real deep love is. And when you hear people who are really deeply in love, who have been together for years,
For like
it is
50
really,
years,
it really is a lot about respect. I respect this person. I value them. Yes, sexual gratification is not love at all.
I agree.
And
You're
sometimes
right.
when people have really good sex, they start to think that they love a person. And that's all hormones. It's oxytocin. Especially
It's
for
called
women.
lust. And let me
Yes.
tell you something. Lust goes away after the first year.
Sure does.
And you know what happens? I've seen it so many times. It's so weird. You know, after the first year, and you always see your friends. It answered a lot of questions for me when I grew up and I learned about this. And I learned about love and oxytocin and lust, the differences.
Yeah.
I said, now wonder when I was young, that's why I didn't like that boy anymore. You know, when I thought I liked him, and I was just all of a sudden, one day when I went outside, I was like, who? No, I like him now. You know, so it's almost like, no, it's not love. So I've experienced lust. I know a lot of you have. And sometimes people have lust relationships when they're with other people, meaning when they're married. You know, this lust takes over and they lust with this person for a year, and then all of a sudden their wife finds out right at the end, or found out when it was over, or husband, vice versa, or partner, period. You know? So my cat keeps coming up here looking at me like
I know.
I
Looking
owe
at
her
both of
something.
us.
What you want? No food. So it's just so awesome though. Relationships are awesome.
They are.
They are.
They are. They can be, you know, when you respect it. Lust and lies.
Lust and lies.
Yes.
You can have lust and truths. Shoot. I did. I still do. Listen here, okay? I let them all know. So, but it can be beautiful. It can be a beautiful thing. We are relational people. Like, we are relational. We want to be touched, held, talked to.
Mm-hmm.
That rarely happens for me.
What rarely happens for you, Crystal? What are you talking about? The lust thing?
Lust.
Or something
maybe
else.
she's talking about. Lust? Well, lust is a mother, I tell you, because you can really think you're in love with somebody.
It tricks you. It really tricks you. My level of desire for something has been...
Had never wanted.
Had never
What happened
waned.
when people thinking about someone and it was someone else? Oh. Well, that's just your mind playing tricks on you.
Wait, what is the
Just
question?
playing.
What happened when
What happens when you're with somebody and you're thinking about somebody else? Maybe you should be with the person you're thinking about.
Or maybe
I don't know.
Listen, maybe you're just human, right? Like, it's this one. Did you get your ass in trouble? Listen, maybe sometimes you are just human, right? Like, sometimes you're attracted to other people. That just happens. And they may pop in your head when you're with someone else, and it doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything wrong with that. It's really about whether you act on it or not, and what the rules and boundaries are of your relationship.
We all have thoughts.
We all have thoughts. How many men or women, or how many people in general have fantasized about someone else when they're having sex? That's not the person that they would. That happens.
Oh, that's so cute.
My desire for my husband has never waned. Always been strong
I'm just
as the day I
playing,
met him. That's great.
And they're adorable too.
That's
I love
wonderful.
them.
I think that people strive for that. You know, they strive for that kind of relationship that just doesn't really change, and that level of attraction doesn't change. And you got to keep it new. So what kinds of things, Crystal, do you do that keeps your relationship new and fresh and keeps you looking at your husband with the googly eyes?
Yeah.
Because
that's so important. But I think just they're adorable though. 1995 still, I'm so attracted to him.
So my oxytocin is super high.
Yes, you are like
stimulating it.
Right, he is helping you do that though. You're not just like all alone in this, and that's how.
Thank you.
It's the connection. Thank you. It's the connection that you have with the person that keeps it going. So if you're in, let's say you're in a marriage, and after 5 years, she stops talking to him. Okay. She's not talking to him anymore. She's not coming home from work on time anymore. He's feeling like,
Did she just say suck it in the car while driving?
That's right.
Listen, whatever works.
High five. That's what I'm talking about.
Whatever works.
That's my BFF right there. Okay, don't y'all get this twisted. All right. So, what was I saying? I had a point.
Oh,
so,
no, I got distracted by sucking
I
in the
did
car.
too. That was good. That was a good one. So, my point, I forgot. I was trying to say, anybody remember? I was going off on a tangent. I don't know.
I'm lost.
Anyway,
keeping it fresh. I don't know. Make sure you keep your relationships fresh if you're in a long-term one. Oh, you were talking about oxytocin. He's stimulating it.
Talking about keeping it fresh. Yeah, but I forgot. I don't know what my story was. I had a point.
Okay, you have to walk on the wild side. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was telling a story. Thank you. So after 5 years, he's home doing the same things, but her behavior has changed. Her behavior is not what used to excite him with her. She doesn't come home anymore from work. She goes out a lot with her friends. They don't eat together. They don't do the things that they used to do. So let's say they used to eat together and watch movies, and she come home and she used to put on and do like candlelight dinners and just romantic things. So he tries to flip it and do it with her and for her, and she's not receptive to it, right? That changes your connection with someone. So that's the point I was getting at, because Crystal was talking about her connection with her. We were saying the connection with her husband is still good because they're doing all of this, but it's both of them that are facilitating the connection. It's just not one person. But if one person kind of drops out in a little bit of you two connecting, it gets rough and tough, and that's where the problems occur, because someone is not connecting any longer, and it takes two people.
Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the hearts.
So that's all I wanted to say. You know, that was just a long ass example.
There was you said you had a question, but I didn't see a question in your comment. The person who talked last about having a beautiful daughter with someone that they don't love and they know that they're going to leave. But I didn't hear like a question in there. You know,
If
you
the
said you had
woman
one.
has more than manhandle, what do we do? I don't get that. I have to do what it takes. You have to do what it takes. Yes. So you do
Well,
have
I'm not
to do
really
what it
sure what the
takes.
question is or what we're actually
I guess
talking about.
to keep your relationship fresh, like to keep you two connected. You have to do what it takes to stay connected. You know, which is true, and it's work.
for the heart,
Relationships are work, people.
They're hard work.
I don't know who said they were easy, but somebody said they shouldn't be work. No, they should be.
No,
work.
they are work. Because when you really have to share your life with a person, there's a lot of alterations that you have to make about things that you do, because you can't operate like you're single when you're in a relationship. You just can't. And that constant level of considering someone else's feelings and opinions and values, that is really difficult, because sometimes you just don't feel like it. But when you're really in a relationship,
now
you
say
can't,
that again.
like,
you
just
said
can't
that
do it.
with some
Listen,
strength
it's
behind
just,
it.
look,
You just don't feel like it.
sometimes you just don't care, and you're like, you know what? I don't care what you feel right now, but you can't be like that.
How do you get a man to be more freaky? Just
Yes,
like how do you
nothing
get
comes easy,
anybody
Raven. You
to
right.
to be more freaky? You just educate. You know, it's nothing wrong with a little education. Like some article I read about relationships was educate about dating, was educate yourself around dating like you educate yourself around the profession that you want to be in. You know, if you're single and you want to date, educate yourself. I would say the same thing about getting your significant other, partner, whatever you call that person, to be freaky. Let's look at something. Let's look this up. Let's look up BDSM. Let's buy a book. Let's read it together.
And I think you gotta talk to them too about what it is that you like. Be clear about what it is that you need, but also talk to them about where they are, because this is a two-way street. Like relationships are not just about you all getting what you want or them just getting what they want. Not everybody wants to watch porn, like Raven said.
Right.
Not everybody wants to do BDSM, and you may be really freaky, you know, quote unquote, but your partner might not be like that.
Right.
So, and it's not always. Yes, provide the information, but you have to also be prepared for the fact that they still might be like, nah, that's not my thing. So
tell them in the middle of sex, pull my hair, smack my ass. If it's not my idea, he won't. Okay, so make it your idea. You if you know this about your partner, then it's okay. This is something that you accepted, so keep accepting it forever. It's all right. You know, some people are in their way. So if he needs guidance from you, that's fine. If that's what you accept, okay, and there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
That's a normal thing in your relationship. Yeah,
just go ahead and do it.
Tell him,
And that might make your relationship more exciting. You know, like he might really like that you giving orders. That's how it is
true.
sometimes. Some people need a little coaching. Absolutely, some people need a little coaching.
And he's gentle. That's okay. Just keep saying, how about you scream and be like, fucking harder, I said.
Okay, so that might make his erection go away. I just want to put that out there.
That was not sexy at all.
Not at all. So that's why I'm saying you need to have I think it's great. You know, Heather, I mean, listen, I think it's great that you talk to them about your stuff, but exactly, don't scare people. Not everybody is down for exactly the crazy shit that you might want to do. Like, not everybody's down for that, so you have to be prepared to deal with that, and it has to be okay with you. You can't shame someone because they don't want to smack your butt and pull your hair. Like, you can't be mad at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My daughter's father is scared he might
hurt me because he's tall and she's short.
Okay.
Feel you not feel open.
Or tell him how much it doesn't fulfill you.
Well, I mean, here's another thing. We got to talk about people, egos too. You know, don't hurt a person's ego just to get what you want either, because that might not be a good thing. That might not be a good thing for the sexual relationship. You know, you have to be gentle. It's a way to communicate without hurting someone's feelings. Like I said, if you're having a rough time with your partner introducing something freaky, ease it in. Okay, look up a book, buy a book, read a freaky book together. Okay, read some things together, talk about some things, look up some things on the internet. I smack my own ass. So how about you take his hand and then smack his butt, or take you know, like you have to
Talk
show
about
him
what
exactly
both
what
like
you
to
want.
please each other. Absolutely. You should both be able to talk about what you like and what you don't like. And you have to be able to make some compromises around some things, to do some things, and also to say, you know what, that's just going to be something that's off the table because my partner's not comfortable with doing that. And then you can determine whether you want to continue staying in that relationship and how important that thing is to you. Like if you need somebody to be rough with you sexually and your partner is not a rough person and they're not comfortable doing that, then that might not be the person that you need to end up being with if you can't adjust your wants.
Right.
Because it's not going to be fair to them. You're always going to be dissatisfied and asking them to do something extra that they're not comfortable doing. And then you're not going to be getting what it is that you feel like you need. So you have to be, sexual compatibility is really important.
Flip it, smack it, rub
So
it down.
there's I think it's Curlista. I don't know what your actual full name says, but they've asked twice about, they have a child with a person that they don't love, but they love their kid, and they know that they're going to leave that relationship, and they're really worried about how their daughter is going to take them leaving. The daughter's going to be sad about that.
She will.
Yeah.
She will be sad. This is a natural thing. But let me tell you something. The longer you take to leave, the worse and harder it's going to be on the child. Yeah. People don't realize you stay in unloving relationships. You are showing your children how to not love.
Exactly.
Okay? You are modeling the way. That is not the good way.
No.
Okay? I mean, that's not the good way if that's what you want. Like, I want you to, if you want your child to love and not to be in relationships when they aren't loving, then I would say you gotta go.
And also, you know, for you and for the child's mother, like, we all deserve to be loved, and we all deserve to be in a relationship with the person who wants to be with us. So don't hold her hostage or have her hold you hostage by continuing to stay in this relationship that you don't want to be in. Just make sure you're continuing to be there for your child, because that is, you guys created this child, or, you know, in whatever form, and your responsibility is to that child, and to make sure that that child is okay. The woman or whoever, the woman's an adult, she's going to do what she's got to do. You're an adult, you're going to do what you got to do. But that child did not choose to come here. So make sure that you're continuing to be a good parent to the kid, and also move on and let yourself be free so you can be happy, and so the girl can be happy with someone else.
Yeah, that's tricky sometimes, though. You have to talk to each other. Even if you don't want, you're going to leave, make sure you always communicate, because you have a child together. Communicate about everything, but there are boundaries that need to be built as well. Okay, so you can still be parents, but boundaries need to be built on the other aspects of the relationship that you once had.
Thanks, Smooth Fingers.
So you won't see ya, peace. Who is it? Smooth Fingers. That is so funny. So yeah, I mean, relationships are rough, but don't you want somebody, you know how hard you work in a relationship? Don't you want to see the other person working hard for you? So it has its rewards. You know, you see this person, like, and you're like, oh, he or she, or they really love me, you know, because look how hard they're working. Yeah, I'm working hard too. So it's great that you can see someone working for your love. Yeah, basically.
Absolutely. So good luck with that situation with your child. Just, I mean, I cannot stress the importance of you continuing to be a good parent, and communicating with the child's mother as well, within appropriate boundaries, like Heather was saying, because they don't need to talk about everything, but definitely make sure you're maintaining that communication for the child's sake, and so that child can never think like, oh, my dad or my mom doesn't want me, they don't care about me, they didn't care to stick around. And you don't also want to create a situation where they're experiencing an unloving relationship, right? Like Heather was saying, you don't want to give them that model of, like, this is what it looks like when my dad or my mom doesn't love my other parent. Like, they just here because they just here because they have to be, but I can tell they don't really like it, or they don't really like each other, or whatever. Kids pick up on us all the time, and we think they don't. We think, oh, they don't know because I didn't say anything. But then all of a sudden, energies. Yeah, when they're older and in a relationship, they're not kissing their partner, touching their partner, because they thought that's what being in a relationship was. Yeah, just not touching or kissing. Makes you feel loved. Yeah. Definitely. Yes, it does. It does. So we don't say relationships is hard work and it's rough to scare you and say, no, it's hard work, but you enjoy seeing the other person
doing hard work like you.
And you reap the benefits. My son is 9 and knows me and his father don't get along, but we're cordial because we have to be. Yeah, it's important for y'all to be cordial with each other, and also for y'all to just love y'all son. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't have to be together. Y'all don't have to be the best of friends, but y'all made a child. So we have to be good parents. Period.
Parenting,
Right.
yes. Which is separate.
And
So-
co-parenting requires respect for the other parent.
Yeah,
So you
it
can't be an
does.
asshole to the other parent just because. So
Yes, exactly. Any other questions?
yeah. Any other things about relationships?
Relationships? This is awesome. Good talk today, people.
Yeah. So I just want to say about relationships, you guys, for everyone, we're all worth it. You know, we're all worth and worthy of love. We all are capable of giving love and giving respect to another person. And don't settle for things that you don't have to settle for. Recognize your worth, because we often don't. And that's how we end up in these situations with people that we shouldn't be with for longer than we should be. Recognize your worth and that you deserve happiness. And if someone is not there to help you achieve that, then they're wasting your time. And that's just the bottom line.
How, I do think that some people are in relationships that they know may not be going in the direction they want them to go to, but some people are comfortable, and some people are maybe doubting that they can meet someone else. I think I run into clients where they come see me because they're unhappy in their relationship, but yet they don't want to leave because they think, oh, I'm 50 and this is it. This is the end of the line for me. I've been with this guy for 10 years or girl for 10 years or person for 10 years. And I need for you to teach me how to just be okay with them. Right. So you need to understand that you can find someone else if that's what you want to do. There is someone for everybody, or someone's for everybody.
Yep.
I do believe that. Even nowadays, I hear this younger and younger. I'm like, what are you talking about? I remember I'm not going to say, but a family member of mine came to me and was like, oh, I'm not going to find anybody. I'm like, you're 23.
You're welcome.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Curtis, that's what it is. You're welcome, Curtis. Sorry,
You're
go ahead.
welcome. I'm like, you're 23. What are you talking about? You're not gonna find nobody else. So it is about you exploring and trying to see what's out there as well. Maybe that doesn't mean to be in a closed or relationship. Try something new if what you have isn't working.
I have an issue with people who want a partner but don't want to work on themselves to be a good partner.
Yes,
Hallelujah.
that's true.
Yes.
But that's a cycle that keeps happening over and over. They get into a relationship, it doesn't work because of the same issues from before, and they just carry it on their back like a backpack to
You ever
every
heard of that
relationship.
saying, wherever you go, there you are.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Take you and your baggage everywhere you go. So you gotta start travel light. Get rid of some of that old stuff so that you're not bringing it into a bunch of different relationships, and blame everyone else and don't see that they are the common denominator. Absolutely.
Bye.
A lot of people don't actually like to look in the mirror. It's hard. It's rough to really analyze yourself. It's really, really rough.
Yes, see a
and you gotta
therapist.
be willing to face that, because not everybody's ready for that. People run away from it. They get angry, they get aggressive, they get defensive, all those things, and they don't want to hear anything about what may be going on with them. So you gotta be ready to do that, and you can do it through therapy if you're ready to do it. But a good therapist is going to confront you about your shit.
Hello.
So if you are not ready to be confronted, then you're not going to stay in therapy either, and you'll just continue to run away from that the way that you run away from relationships.
But therapy is not easy, folks. I have clients now, when they first got to me, I'm like, listen, this is going to take work. I'm not going to be like, okay, we've been seeing each other 3 times and you're cured or it's done. No, that's not what we do. You, meaning the client, has to come in ready to work. It's work. It's hard work, like relationships.
Because that's a relationship with yourself.
Yes. You got to be ready to confront things you may not want to. So therapy is rough, but it works. It definitely works.
Yeah, you get out of it what you put into it, for sure.
All right, y'all.
So that's our spiel, I guess, about relationships. Thanks for all of the comments and the hearts and just being here watching, listening. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Thank you, Mommy of Two.
Oh, thanks. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sexologist, so SEXXED, Sexologist on YouTube.
Yes.
And you can follow both of us, Sex Dr. Heather and Janae the Classic Sexologist on here, Janae HJ on Twitter. And
mine is the same on Twitter.
Right, Sex Dr. Heather. I think that's it for our social media.
And we're going to try to scope this weekend.
Girl,
we're going to be together all weekend.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
So we're going, listen, we scope
right,
it. Okay.
Right.
We scope it.
Girl, we be
tomorrow.
busy,
I know. You know what,
weekend,
people? Because people say, "How come you guys don't scope more?" And I'm just like,
thanks for
when? You know what I'm saying?
We don't have no time.
I don't have no time. Like, yes, people are busy, but I don't think people understand what busy is.
Or the level of busy,
the level of busyness
that comes with working full time and being in school full time and having part time jobs and having families and it's a lot. It's a lot going on.
It's a lot. So I own my own business, and nobody told me that I couldn't just, be the therapist. I didn't know I had to be the maintenance man, the damn plumber and the electrician and the accountant, and the housekeeper.
You got 13 jobs.
It's a lot. So basically, we busy.
Right, but we're going to try to scope because we're going to be together this weekend. So we'll try to scope this weekend. That's why I'm not nobody, but that's why I was just saying she got 13 jobs.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Because she's so busy.
Then I work all day long.
Okay.
At another job. So we work during the day together. During behavioral health. And then I leave there and go to my sexual health wellness studio, and then I see clients. And then I'm full-time, like student like her, studying for comps that we're going to pass in May and start writing our dissertation in the summer.
Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff going on is the point. But we're definitely going to make sure. We don't need to tell them all our business.
Today's ready to
roll.
We
don't need to tell them all our business. They don't need to know them details. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I just felt like I wanted to share that because you guys have shared so much with us today.
That's true.
We had some good feedback. We had people just letting it all out. Like sex ed. It's like...
She was saying, do we do schools? Do we do sex education?
We just did. Oh, well, we do workshops.
And where we live, they're a little funny about sex education in school settings. So it's kind of rough to do the type of stuff that we do, but we do some workshops. We do some education. I'm actually doing a workshop on consent and contraceptives on Monday with some teenage-ish boys. So
is this with George?
No.
Okay.
No.
So we do workshop. We just did one Saturday actually, and we forgot to scope. We meant to scope.
It's because the weather was
at
crazy.
The studio. The weather was bananas. Listen. It was like 9 degrees outside. But we definitely do. So if somebody calls and wants that done, we can definitely do it.
Yeah, we can make that work. So just let us know and we'll talk about it. Can we talk about yes, we can talk about yoni eggs. I have one. Yep. So we can talk about that next time for sure. Some of the good things that we do for vaginal health.
Yes,
be very
we try to be.
Yeah.
We try to get things out there when we can. We might do a workshop for adolescents, but our next workshop is going to be on relationships. Not on relationships. It's going to be for relationships.
Right.
So we're going to do a relationship building workshop for couples.
Yeah.
Just all types of couples, open, closed, whatever.
Whatever
so
situation
it's going to be a relationship building workshop. It's going to be fun. And we're going to just build y'all up. Y'all can go out of there ready to go home and do something. All right. So we out.
All right, y'all. Thanks again for watching. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Be fun. Do some fun stuff and enjoy yourself.
Before you go, mommy of 2 hearts. Okay.
Thanks
driving and sucking.
Yeah, sure. Do some driving and sucking if that's what you're into. I mean, whatever works, right?
All right, y'all.
Both of driving and licking.
So tomorrow we're gonna scope. So just listen out. Okay.
Listen out for your little whistle on your phone.
All right, guys.
Bye, y'all. Have a
Bye.
good weekend.
Thank you for coming in.
How do you turn?